Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome back to Stock Chats. Remember, this is not investment advice. If you need investment advice, speak to a reputable licensed financial advisor. So now the big news is that Syngus Credit Investments is going to launch their APO on December the 18th. APO means additional public offering, meaning that there are additional shares to the listing that has already been on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. So they are going to be looking to raise cash through the provision of 196 million shares, and this can be upsized to a further 82.2 million shares. Now what this means is that if the subscription looks very good, the directors of Syngus can then upgrade it to 82 more million shares. The subscription price is going to be for a discount for existing shareholders. So we can expect that this week there should be some price appreciation in the Syngus stock as persons look to buy stock shares to become shareholders, because as a shareholder you're within a reserve pool and you will have your shares for 12 cents US on the US market or $14.70 on the Jamaican market. So Syngus currently I think closed at around $17. So we can see where there is some discount if you are a shareholder. So I'm expecting persons will at least try and get at one share tomorrow as the market opens. All other subscribers will have to pay 14 cents per share or $16 per share. So 14 cents US or $16.30 per share Jamaican. The reserve shares, I remember I just spoke about there's going to be a reserve share pool. The first reserve share pool, as you can see on the screen, is 157 million shares that are reserved for existing shareholders and team members. So if you are a current shareholder of Syngus Credit, you will be a part of that reserve share pool that has 157. The second reserve share pool is 19.6 million that's reserved for key investors. Now you heard about key investors when the Barita APO was out. So these are investors that have been identified by Syngus as key investors. Usually these are investors that they already know are going to take up the shares. So 19 million is for them. Minimum subscription. So all these you small retail investors, if you don't have a lot of money, hey, the minimum subscription if you are a shareholder is, well, everybody is 1,000 shares. But if you're already a shareholder, you're looking at probably about $16,000 as a minimum for your 1,000 shares. If you are not, then you're looking at around about 18,000, 19,000 depending on your broker and their fees. So that's the minimum. When does it open? So it opens on the 19th and the 18th of December, I believe that's Friday, and it's supposed to close on the 23rd. Of course, you have to remember that you must always treat the opening date like the closing date. So if you want to be a part of this particular APO, ensure that you get in early. The brokers are Sagicor Investments and NCB Capital Markets, so it should be available on NCB's Go IPO. Next thing, what is the net APO proceeds? The company expects to receive approximately 21 million US dollars from the APO. And what do they plan to do with it? Well, there are two things that the company plans to do with this. The first one is to pay up a $10 million US bridge loan. A bridge note is a short-term loan investments. Short-term loans. So they need to pay up their $10 million short-term bridge note. And also to invest in credit instruments issued by medium-sized firms. Now, medium-sized firms, I believe, are those that would perhaps be between 50 million and 500 million. Some of them that would be on the junior stock exchange, and some that are private. So these firms, to raise debt capital instead of equity, if they're on the stock exchange, they're raising equity. The opposite is debt. So they sometimes provide bonds and other different type of credit instruments. If investors invest in them, they would get dividends through the interest that is provided. So Syngus is looking to invest the rest of the money, which would be about $11 million, into short-term, into credit instruments issued by medium-sized firms. Of course, if you're a shareholder of Syngus, you'd already know that they have a few medium-sized firms within their portfolio, because Syngus Credit is really a company that takes the money from the shareholders when they raise cash and invest it in providing alternative debt security and equity options for companies. So, you could make a good guess that, some of those companies that are already on their portfolio may be issuing these very same credit instruments. So that's basically it about Syngus APO. If you're interested in it, you can then go on to NCB Go IPO, and when it's open on December 18th, you would be able to issue your shares. I would expect that since Syngus is a very popular stock on the stock exchange, I don't think this listing will last very long. Also, Syngus is known to do pretty well in regards to dividend distribution, and they are domiciled in St. Lucia, so their shareholders receive dividends without the Jamaican taxes taken out of it. It would be interesting to note that Syngus is a credit company, and so in the current time, in this turbulent time, they have both opportunities and risk. I believe in their last report, they mentioned that one of their portfolio companies, they exited that company because they realized that the risk that it would have in regards to paying back the money that they loaned to them. However, they have a strict risk management mechanism that makes them one of the lowest companies in regards to non-paying of loans. So it's a company that trades regularly on the Jamaican Stock Exchange. It is very well sought after, especially for retail investors and young investors. They like it because of the regular dividends. It has one of the highest dividend yields on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. So this is Syngus Credit. Do you think about investing in this APO? And if you do, tell me. Leave your comments below. Remember, this is not investment advice. If you need investment advice, speak to your reputable licensed financial advisor. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks.